Guys, it is a Saturday lunchtime and I'm going to go to the grocery store to get food, obviously. I don't know why I'm over explaining myself right now. Anyway, I started reading The Little Sleep by Paul Tremblay this morning and I'm really enjoying it about halfway through. It's very fast paced and it's about a narcoleptic private investigator in Boston. It's very unreliable narrator right now, so I'm curious to see where it goes. And I finished Survive the Night by Riley Sager last night. I definitely figured out one of the two major twists, which I never do, so that might tell you a little bit about how maybe easy to see the twists are. But I enjoyed it overall. Not their best, but pretty good. So yeah. Welcome to a new vlog. I just realized I never did an introduction, so this is your introduction. Welcome. Hey guys, it is Sunday morning. Last night I finished The Little Sleep by Paul Tremblay and I gave it a 4 out of 5. It was pretty interesting, but it didn't blow me away or anything. I'm in a I feel like I'm just one bad book away from a reading slump, so I'm being really picky with what I read. So I've picked 2 books to start today. One of them is a fantasy, it's Dragon Keeper by Robin Hobb, and the other one is that kind of romance with a bit of fantasy, One Last Stop by Casey McQuinton. So we're just gonna see where the day takes us as far as reading goes, and hopefully I find a 5-star, because I've only had 2 4-stars so far this month. I want a 5-star. I have read 60 pages of The Dragon Keeper by Robin Hobb and I love it so much. It's just such a pure fantasy world. There's these sea serpents that turn into dragons, and there's this town that's completely built in treescapes, and there's all different types of people, and the ones that live near the river and the trees, they develop scales and little claws and stuff to survive there. It's just such a immensely epic fantasy, but one that's really easy to slip into. So I'm really excited about that. And then I've read about 50 pages of One Last Stop, and I'm kind of doing 50 of one book and then 50 of the other and then switching back. And One Last Stop so far is very, 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 very funny, and I would expect nothing different because Red, White, and Royal Blue, which was her first book, was really funny as well. So there's lots of that like banter and like wit that I'm really enjoying. And yeah, now I'm gonna go to Starbucks because Mitch has a long day of schoolwork ahead of him. I'm gonna go get the biggest latte they can give me to keep him awake. And then I'm gonna get back to reading. Alright guys, it is Monday afternoon and I'm gonna wrap up the vlog here because this is my last week at work before I go on a much needed vacation. So it's probably gonna be a pretty busy week and I'm not sure how much I can update, but definitely gonna update tomorrow because there's a really exciting book release tomorrow that I have been waiting for a long time. So anyway, here's to wrapping this one up. I finished Survive the Night. I finished The Little Sleep by Paul Tremblay, and I've read 142 pages of Dragon Keeper by Robin Hobb, and I'm loving it so much. I did remember bits and pieces from my original read of it a couple of years ago, but a lot of it just feels really new to me because I have a terrible memory. And this is basically about, in this world, dragons are basically extinct. And this, before, like, how do I explain this? There are serpents that are basically baby dragons. And then they go into hibernation and become dragons. And there was about 80 of these serpent babies that went into hibernation. And now they've come out of hibernation and it's been a few years and there's only a few of them left and they're all very deformed. And it's very worrying because dragons are incredible creatures, but it looks like they're dying out. And there is a group of people that are going to take these malformed, miserable dragons and take them to what they believe used to be like the Dragon City, and see if they can find help for them there. Obviously there's a lot of other stuff going on. There's like all these different characters, but Robin Hobb is so good at writing organized fantasy that you can really keep in your mind and you don't get overwhelmed and it's not super dense. It's just an absolute joy to be in this world and to read it, and I'm loving it. And then I am 110 pages into One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston, and it's so cute. It's so cute. Basically, there is a young woman who moves to New York and she moves in with these very unique and eccentric roommates.
while she's going to school, and she's taking the Q train every day to school, and she sees a very beautiful woman on the train who she falls in love with, and she discovers that this woman is possibly stuck in time, because this woman is actually from the 70s, and yet she hasn't aged in like 30 years. So there's something sort of supernatural, fantastical going on. And right now in the book, they're all trying to figure it out. They all did a little seance, which was pretty ridiculous, to figure out if maybe she was dead and it was a ghost that August had fallen in love with. But it's not a ghost. So we don't know yet really how she has ended up on this Q train and why she can't leave the Q train. It's very cute. It's exactly what you would expect. So yeah, that's it. Wish me luck for this week. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be busy. I'm going to try and get as much work as I can possibly get done before I leave to Calgary. And I'll see you guys in the next one.